Hey, I'm Melanie Traylor, and we're talking about the Carolina Mingle quilt once more. And this is an unplanned video, but I did get that quilt top finished. Just in case you didn't see the video where I showed you this quilt, here's Carolina Mingle quilt, right? And then I showed you a demo for how to do this. So if you missed that, you can also go and learn how to foundation fabric piece, not to be confused with paper piecing. This is something completely different. Here's what it ends up looking like. Here's what it looks like on the back. There's the quilt. So here is what is going on. So I made this quilt with samples fabric. So this is a new fabric line, Sunset Serenade. It comes out in November. You have to get your pre-orders in before mid-October if you're interested in getting this fabric. And we have a kit for this too. Well, I was using samples, and when I order samples, I only work with fat quarters. And this quilt does not use fat quarters. It's not fat quarter friendly. I needed yardage, so I ended up having to order a few more pieces to make it, have enough fabric for the quilt top. But the samples are expensive. It's way more expensive to order samples than, say, a bunch of yardage. So I had to, spend a little bit more than I wanted to just to get the top made. And it didn't leave me with anything for the back of the quilt. So I had this whole stack of fat quarters, and the wide backs don't get here till November, and I wanted the quilt done. So I've had to be creative with my backing. So let me show you what I did with those leftover fat quarters. It is a little bit extra as far as backing goes. I usually like to keep my backings really, really simple, but it just wasn't an option in this quilt. So here it is. So what I did was I cut all of those extra fat quarters, cut them into squares. I didn't quite have enough, so that's what this solid is about. So voila, super extra scrappy backing. It's okay, right? It'll be fine. I normally like to keep things simple with a wide back. And if I can't have a wide back, I usually do 1, 2, or even 3 fabrics. Don't usually go this extra. But, sometimes you just got to make do, and I'm having to make do. We actually have 2 wide backs that are coming with this line. But like I said, I don't have them yet. So maybe when you make Carolina Mingle, you'll have those wide backs as an option. All right, so I've got my batting cut. I like to use Warm and Natural, and we have this in the shop. This is my favorite batting. What I like about it is it's flat. It doesn't do that pooling thing that some battings do. So that's why I like it. It's just almost like fabric. It's that level of straight and flat, and it's great. So I'm going to get my quilt basted. Backing, quilt top, batting. I usually do wall basting. I'm not going to do a demo for that, but I thought I might as well, since I'm here showing you this, might as well show you me doing that. And if you're interested in it, there is a demo for that right below this video. All basted, and I've got some new threads that I want to try. I've got some new colors of the kimono silk, so I want to try that when I go to quilting. And I have a plan. Let me explain my plan. So I'm going to do some ruler work for this one. I'm going to outline each of the strips here. I considered putting just one stitch line down. But also, I could see myself doing something a little bit more, but trying to avoid using the ruler as much as possible because, that ruler work just really, really tacks on time to quilting. But I do love the look. So in my head, this was a little bit puffy compared to the background. So on the background, obviously, I'm going to do some doodle quilting all over flowers, pebbles, swirls, feathers, whatever. That's what will be done in all the background fabric. And this one, like I said, I'm going to ruler quilt it with the outlines. I'm not quite sure if I'm just going to put one stitch down these or if I should maybe do something a little more. Last spring, I did that free motion class where we quilted those 15 different Dresdens in 15 different ways. And that kind of got me thinking that I could really take a lot of those styles and apply them here to these skinny strips. So I'm considering that. As far as the center goes, I'm not really sure. I think probably just something like loops here, something simple. Again, all of the foreground will be outlined with the ruler quilting. But I'm open to suggestions if you have any. What exactly should go in the very center of these? Should I just stick with my one stitch? Because I like that puffy look sometimes. And if I leave this very, very densely quilted and this lightly quilted, I usually get that, you know, juxtaposition of super flat, a little puffy. And I like that look. So I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I'm definitely using some of the new kimono silk colors. Let me show you those. All right. I don't think this one is new. 323, but we've got this. This one is called Hello Kitty, maybe? But I've got a whole bunch of new colors. Definitely not that because that doesn't match, but this pink might be good for the background. I've also got this really soft, this is ginger flower. This isn't new, but I do like it. This one is Chopsticks. It's fairly new. What I like about this thread is it's 100 weight, so it's really, really thin. It doesn't just grab your eye, so it's just a very subtle touch, and I really, really like it. We have these in the shop. But I also have another color coming that is a little bit more purplish. So I'm kind of torn between the Hello Kitty and the new color that's coming. They're both already listed in the shop, but if you have any suggestions, let me know about that. I'm looking primarily for something that would fade into the background on the foreground, but stand out on the background. So I think that would look really, really good. I might even consider doing the foreground in a different color from the background. So that might be something I'm thinking about. I don't know. Still lots to think about. All right, so everything that I showed you today, you can find links right below this video. This pattern is releasing in just a few weeks. The fabrics are arriving in November, and I will talk more about all of that as they come in. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you next time.